ready to have a picnic right now with my cousin. She's bringing over all the snacks and stuff. And we have some bookmarks that we're gonna color, a little bookish coloring book, and some other coloring books over here, and some paints if we wanna paint the bookmarks. And she has all the snacks, so I'll show you guys those whenever she comes over here. I also have this like huge basket full of stuff. They're so close. I love how you're just like, whatever, they're not that big of a deal. I'm getting ready to go to the bookstore, but before I go, I have a book haul to show you guys. I actually wanted to show this to you guys in the last video, and I completely forgot. Like, literally the package came in, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna open it up. Literally got to packing and everything and completely forgot. Obviously, as you guys are watching this, I'm on vacation, but I just want to show you guys this package because I didn't show you in the last vlog. So, yeah, this is a package of books by authors that deserve more hype, and a lot of these are diverse reads, if I remember correctly. The books I want to go get at the bookstore today are new releases, and man, I cannot get over how like these authors are so like, I don't know, quick to come out with new books. This book right here, the top of the like binding, like cover thing is like coming off, so I'm trying to turn these books around so I can hold them all up and not show them to you all. Okay, so I got 4 books, and I also have a microwave cover in there, which I don't need to show you guys, but I got 4 books, and I'm really excited to show you guys these because these are very anticipated. The first one that I picked up is Capone 3. I know that the second that I start Capone 2, I'm gonna immediately want to finish out the series. I think that this is the last book in this series, and then you go on to his twin brothers series. So I do have my Kindle with me, in like my like beach trip. If you guys are not following me on Instagram or TikTok, go follow me there so you guys can see like me posting in live time, because obviously there's gonna be a vlog coming, but it'll be like a few like weeks behind, and I might start this, like it just depends, like because I don't think I'm bringing any urban fiction with me, and I feel like anytime I'm just like wanting something that I can't really predict, I try to pick up an urban romance, and this series has been one that I've like really loved. Granted, I've only read the first one, but it left me on a cliffhanger, so I could see myself reading it on my Kindle while I'm on vacation, and then coming home and then wanting to read the third book. I also picked up a historical fiction, which this one is one I hadn't really heard a ton about. It says it's called No Better Time, a novel of the spirited women of the 6888 Central Postal Directory Battalion. This is by Sheila Williams, and it says author Sheila Williams returns with a tale about a uniquely compromised unit of the Women's Army Corps that served overseas during World War II. I really want to read this because I don't really hear too often the stories of Black women during World War II that served, and I feel like so many people are really like, I don't know, interested in World War II history, but they forget about so many soldiers that fought that are not recognized. So I'm really excited to read this one. I also have heard that this is like was turned into a movie, or like another book was turned into a movie. I think it's like by Tyler Perry, and I really want to watch that soon, but I kind of want to read a book first just to like get even more immersed in the story of these women. So yeah, this one's a pretty short book. It's only like 221 pages, so I feel like I'll finish this super fast. And there is another book that is written about this same like storyline, but I feel like that book was a little bit thicker, and I was like, I don't know if I want to pick that one up just yet. Especially reading a book by a new author, like I get so nervous that I'm not gonna like the book and I'm gonna start it and be like stuck reading it. And I know I could DNF a book, but I just don't. There's just something in me. I'm like, I feel like I have to finish it out. And maybe it's because there's been books that I've read that I have finished out that I did enjoy, so maybe that's why I feel that way. I also picked up this book right here. It's called Everybody Ain't Your Friend by Tanisha Stewart. This is supposed to be like a thriller, I'm pretty sure. It's by a Black author. It said, they say you should keep your friends close but enemies closer, but sometimes reality might be the other way around. Mia thinks her life is completely normal. She has a loving boyfriend, great and supportive friends, and a close relationship with her mother. Things take an interesting turn, however, when she's almost run down by a car one day. Then come the messages from an untraceable number, not to mention the heartbreaking secret that is revealed shortly thereafter. Suddenly, everything that Mia thought was right in her life goes wrong. She has no idea why, but she needs to find out before her secret stalker decides her time is up. And there are not a lot of reviews for this one. I think I just randomly saw this when I was like scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or something. I will say, like, I love supporting small authors that don't have like a ton of hype, but whenever I buy books from Amazon, it's hit or miss if they're gonna come in good condition or not. Like this one, I just had to flip back the page because it was like bent. I don't know if you guys can like even see that. It just like came like that. It was like fully bent in like this. So I just had to flip it, and now it has like a little crease in there. And then this one, this part right here was bent. It's like just kind of came like that. I don't know if you could see. And when I opened the box, what I was fixing was this. It was like hanging out, and so this part got bent, and I do not like that. Like if I were buying a book from a bookstore, I definitely would be checking to make sure that it's like not bent or anything, because like I really like to treat my books with care. Now if I bend up the book, that's fine, but like if I'm buying it and it's like that, no. I did end up also picking up Sinful Vow by Asia Monique. This is a Mafia Misfits series, that's what it's called, and this is book 1. If you like dark romance, I've heard that this is a good book to read because it's about like the mafia. There's romance in it, obviously. I've read other books by Asia Monique, and I love her writing. It's super easy to read, and I feel like you don't hear a lot of like hype from authors or hype for authors who are writing dark romance or similar books to dark romance, like type of vibe, and they are like writing diverse characters. So I wanted to pick up this because you guys know I don't really read dark romance or anything really that similar to it, but I've heard like if you know, like mafia stuff, then you would really like this one. And this is about Lucia and Enzo. And Lucia Moretti, it says, I always knew marriage for me would never be to a man of my choosing. As a young girl, I was all too aware of the power I wielded in a world where men were supposed to be the superior gender. To the underworld, I was just a mafia princess. To my family, I was an equal. To my soon-to-be husband, well, that was yet to be determined. But I pray Enzo was ready for me, because I dang sure prepared for him. Didn't say dang, but y'all know I don't curse. It says, Enzo, the life I'd seen for myself was no longer an option. My entire world had been turned upside down by the very people who were supposed to be family. My famiglia. Bianchi men, that's his last name, were starting anew, forging alliances with the criminal organizations who understood our plight. The plan had been simple, cut and dry. That was until Lucia Moretti showed up with a plan of her own, one I couldn't say no to. Now everything was at stake, including my heart. And this is like a short read. It's only 240 pages. Her words are like really big. They're just like lots of dialogue, very easy to read. I've read 2 of her books, and the first one I read was And Then There Was Passion, rated 4.5 out of 5 stars. The second one I read was, no, the first book I read was And Then Life Was Beautiful, I think. And I rated that one 4.5 out of 5 stars. And the second one I read was And Then There Was Passion, and I rated that one 4 stars. So love her writing. And I picked up another book of hers that just came out, and I also want to read this because I've heard such great things about this book, and it needs to be hyped up even more. So these are the 4 books that I got. I love supporting small authors, and even when I go to big like box bookstores and I drive, you know, to go and, you know, pick up books and stuff, I'm always thinking about these authors and hoping that one day their books will be in bookstores. And a lot of these authors are also not on bookshop.org, so you really can't even support them unless you're buying from, you know, a store like Amazon or from their personal website, if they even have one. And I do feel really grateful. I've been thinking a lot lately about how we all have so much access to books, and I feel very grateful for that. But I also want to, I don't know, just be a good steward of like the books that I share, and like get you guys hyped on not just the super popular books or the books that are like being newly released and like coming out and like everyone's loving, but also the books that maybe have been newly released but aren't getting the same type of like hype behind them. So anyway, picked up these 4 books, excited to read them. I want to specifically go to the bookstore today and get a new release that came out not too long ago. I love this author, and I want to support this author by buying their book. And I have checked a few times in bookstores and haven't been able to find it, so I'm hoping that it will be there today. But we will see whenever we get to the bookstore. If I can read these books like on their own. I kind of want to start reading more books out of order. I feel like in the past I would always read the first book first, but sometimes I just don't want to do that. Like, I know the first book in this series is Mile High, and I just don't think I'm gonna enjoy that one. I've just heard like a lot of mixed reviews, so I kind of want to just pick up one of these and read these first, but I don't know if I can read them in order, or if I have to read them in order, because this is book 3, and this I think is like book 4, maybe this is book 3 and this is 4. I don't know. I want to buy one of them and just like read it completely out of order, because I've never read any of Liz Tomford's books. And in one of my recent videos, you guys were recommending me to actually like pick up one of her books. You were like, Mile High wasn't the best, maybe it didn't have the best representation and the right move, but these are better. So I'm thinking about picking up one of these. I just don't know which one, and it's kind of hard because I wish that I could like ask you guys right now and you guys could tell me like literally right now which one I need to bring home, if I'm going to read out of order, even if I can. But I think I'm going to bring one of these home. I think I'm the only person who has never read any of the Hunger Games books, like literally not even the first one. I watched the movie, but I've never read the books, and everyone's been talking about how like excited they are to read this. I'm like, I don't even know what you're excited about because I have not read any of the books. Speaking of books, this cover is everything. I read the pumpkin spice cafe a while back, and it was like cutesy. It was exactly what I thought it would be, and it was a little spicier than I thought, but I'm kind of thinking like maybe I want to pick this up, but I think part of it is just wanting to pick it up because the cover, not because I actually want to read the story. Like I literally don't even know what it's about. It's just this like small town, you know, I don't know, strawberry patch pumpkin, like you know what this book is gonna give. Strawberry Patch Pancake House. I wanted to say pumpkin house, but it says that it's spicy, and so I feel like it's gonna be just as spicy as the other one. So maybe I'll leave this one here. I need to come into Books A Million more because they have so many more books than Barnes. Like I feel like their selection is just so good, so unique, at least than my Barnes, because my Barnes is not nearly as good. Like they have a whole dark romance section, and like they don't have that in Barnes & Noble. They have like areas that kind of give that vibe, but like this has a whole title and everything, and I don't know, I just need to come here more. I do love my Barnes, but I need to give Books A Million a little bit more hype. Sometimes I'll pick a book off the shelf and be like, oh, maybe I'll read this, and then I'll immediately be like, actually, I don't want to read this. And I think the thing that's making me want to read it is because I heard literally one person say that it would be good, and I just know that this is not the type of book that I would want to read. But I feel like one of you guys would probably be able to convince me to pick it up, just because anytime I hear someone say like, oh my god, this is so good, I loved it, I'm like, maybe I'll love it too, but this is not my vibe. I need to like leave this corner alone. I will say my friend Nikea, she really loved the like series Haunting Adeline. I told her to pick this one up because I heard that it's like kind of a similar vibe, I think. So hopefully she read it, because I'm always trying to give recommendations to people even if they're like not reading the types of books that I normally read. I've been thinking so much about how I thought this book was going to be like one of my top reads of the year, and how it just like wasn't. And it wasn't even the like writing or anything. It really was just the whole book was like about the affair, and I don't know, I just had such high hopes for that book. I always tell myself I'm going to pick up different types of books and like start reading them, and then I just literally don't. And I think it's because whenever I buy the book, like I've been wanting to read this for a while, whenever I buy the book it sits on my shelf because there's so many other books that I want to read first. But maybe next year this will be my like, I don't know, I don't want to say like resolution, but maybe it'll be something that I'll try to do more of, like reading memoirs, because I think I only read like 2 or 3 last year. I came here for one book and it's not here. Like it's literally not here. It's not here, and I go on vacation tomorrow. I want to take it with me. Guys, it's not here. I'm looking. I mean, maybe it's in the wrong spot, because I mean, it is a new release, so like that's possible, but like where else would they put it? Like they're not gonna put this book up front, I don't think. At least I don't think so. And I checked online to see if they had it before I came, and they said that they did. Maybe somebody bought it within the time when I came. I don't know. Gosh, what a bummer. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it like up front somewhere, but it's literally the book that I came for. I really hope that they have it like hidden somewhere. Oh my god. Okay. This bookstore has redeemed itself. I might actually like cry. Like I'm so serious. I might actually like cry. I'm literally... So I'm filming this on, what day is it? March 29th, okay? This book does not come out until the 1st. This book does not come out until the 1st, which is when I will be out of the country. So like I will not be able to get this book. And I was like thinking about how much I wanted to get this book, and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to read it till I get back. Like it's such a bummer. Guys, like, guys, they have this book in here. This does not come out until the 1st. This is like days before. Like, I mean, like this is well before when this comes out. Like, now I can bring this on vacation. My day's been made. Like this wasn't even the book that I came for, because I didn't expect it to be out, because it doesn't come out until the 1st, but now my literal day is made. So you guys know how much I loved Magnolia Park, like the entire series, and this book has been one that I've been highly anticipating. And I read the Never series by Jessa Hastings too. There's something about her writing that is unreal. Like it's not even like, it feels like she is like Like other authors are here, she's in a different tier of her own. Like her writing is so different, and you guys know I don't even really like super lyrical writing. It's not really like that. It just feels like I'm in the brain of the character. And look how many copies they have. Guys, this is unreal. This is actually unreal. I did not think I was gonna be able to read this book until I got back, and now I can pick out a copy to bring with me on vacation, and I'm just over the moon. So now I'm gonna actually walk around and see if there's any other books by authors that are not supposed to be released yet, because apparently they put books out early here and I'm not mad about it. Okay, I've thought about this book a lot since I read it. I really did love this one. This one was so cute, and it wasn't even one that I thought I would be really obsessed with because I haven't read anything by this author, but I did really love it. It was really cute. It gave what it needed to give. So if you're wanting just like a cutesy fun romance, nothing like heavy, nothing that's going to be like too harsh, it's going to be something you can just feel like you're reading, but it feels like you're watching a movie at the same time, you should pick this one up. It was really good. Maya Ariel's book Nuke comes out the 1st of April, and I was gonna check and see if they have that one like early too. They don't, so I guess my luck has run out, but I did really want to read that one too. Obviously I will, but I won't be able to read it on vacation. I did want to check and see if Abby Jimenez's book came out early. It did not. I was like, you know what, I had luck before, maybe I'll be able to find it. It is not out early, but I am gonna look at some other books because I think there's one more release that I really wanted to get. I'm gonna see if they have it here. I just got home, and before I give you guys my haul, I want to show you guys a little basement update just to give you guys a quick look before I head out of town. So I don't know if you guys remember, they did not have this on this back wall of the bar, and they already are getting the sides of the bar on, which is so exciting. And then they're also working on the baseboards, and they also have the paint on the wall actually up. The last time that I showed you guys the basement update, they had not painted the wall at all. It was just like straight drywall, I think, by itself. And yeah, I'm really excited. This fireplace, they still are gonna work on that, and obviously they have to put the floor in, but they do all of this first. Now let me show you guys the book room. If you guys are new here and this is your first video, you guys have to stay. Like, you have to stay, because this whole wall right here is gonna be a bookshelf. Like, this entire wall, and look how big that is. Like, it's huge. It's gonna be a full bookshelf, and then these little corners are gonna be like bean bags and chairs. I'm making an entire book room, and then this area right here, like literally right above my head, like the walkway area, is gonna be, we're gonna have like a sliding door. It's gonna be so nice. I am so excited for it. They have the baseboards on in here, and they obviously have this just like big thing of drywall, which is going to move. And then in here, if you walk in more, you can see that they put the doors on in here too. This room is literally huge. I think what we're gonna do in here is just have like maybe a couch, like a pull-out couch, where you can pull it out and it can turn into like a bed or something. But yeah, I am really excited. They have the baseboards. They still have to paint the doors, but they do have the doors actually on, which is exciting. How the book room looks from this side. This whole wall is gonna be a bookshelf from here all the way over there. And then you can see like my little like chair. I already have that. And I'm gonna probably just keep it in that corner and put like a little light over top, and then this corner right here will probably be like bean bag or something like that. And this is a pretty big corner, like both sides are pretty big. And then that door over there is just like storage, so we're gonna probably leave that as is. And then when you walk around this corner, we have our laundry room, and then we also have like another guest room like area. So it's honestly pretty big. Like, I'm really excited with how it's turning out, and the fact that the doors are on is like, just so excited about it. So you guys will see this room sooner than later. It will be together, and we will get to decorate the shelves. We will get to organize the shelves. So I'm gonna do a whole video once the shelves are actually up of us building my like dream book room. Like, I have so many ideas. Like I want to get, you know, a cute little chair and a bean bag, and I want to have like the books so just perfectly organized, and I literally can't wait. So make sure that you guys are subscribed. If you're not, you're literally gonna miss out. But there's new videos every Tuesday and every Saturday, and I'll probably make like a little mini series. I'll probably do one video where I'm like buying the stuff and like we can go shop and stuff and get it all, and then I'll probably do another video where I am organizing everything, and then I do like the reveal. So it won't be like, I guess, a super long series, but it'll be fun nonetheless. Now it is time to give you guys my book haul and everything that I picked up at the bookstore. I usually have these vlogs a lot longer than this one is. Like usually they're around an hour, but Brady and I are getting ready to go on a little date because obviously I'm gonna be leaving tomorrow, and like I love going on girls trips, but like I hate when we're not together. Like he's literally my other half, but I also think that spending time with your friends is like really important too. So half my heart is gonna be here, but we're gonna spend a lot of the day together, and I just like obviously could take you guys along, but I'm not going to because I just want time with just him. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys these books. Again, make sure you're subscribed so you guys can see what's coming downstairs, and comment below if you're excited, if you have any ideas. Like I'm open to anything. I'm thinking of putting like little lights around, like little trinket lights. I want to get like some little antique pieces where it like looks really cozy. I want lots of blankets. I have lots of ideas, but also I'm open to literally anything. And like if you have had an idea of like what you want your dream book like library to look like, let me know, because like it can be like yours. Like you can help me decorate. Like you can feel like it's yours by watching through the screen of us like put it together. So, and it's such a huge space. And what's funny is like whenever we first started renovating the basement, and if you guys don't know, I live like on the lake, if you guys are like new here, and it is such a dream to live on the lake, but also it's one of those things where like living in a renovation, we had to be like, okay, do we actually want to do this? Because the house we bought like had to be completely like gut renovated. And obviously you guys can see it like looks great now, but there's still like a lot obviously in the basement that needs to be done. But when we first started doing the basement, I was like, you know, we're just gonna like make it just a regular basement. And then we just got to talking, and I was like, I kind of want to put that like bookshelves there. And Brady was like, oh, well, if you want to, like, tell the contractors. I was like, oh, like, not that I thought there would be any pushback, but it's like that's fine. Like, just having a massive book room, like, I just hadn't even thought about that. So then I started really thinking about what that would look like, because I think in my head I was always like, I'm gonna have my dream book library, but it's gonna be maybe in a bigger home, because like this home is like, it's a nice size, obviously, like it's not small by any means, but it's not like we have like 6, 7, 8 bedrooms, you know? So like in my head I just was like, is it practical to take space like that for a hobby that I enjoy? But yes it is. I'm grown and I can do whatever I want, and I love that he supports that. So anyway, if you guys have any ideas as to what you want your dream library to look like, let me know, because we can add it in there. But I ended up getting 3 books from the bookstore. The book that I went to get was actually Denise Williams' new book. It's called Just Our Luck. So sad, it was not there. On the way there, I actually looked online to see if it was there, and it said that it was there, and then I got there and they said that they had just sold out. So I think someone maybe had bought it, maybe they reserved it and had it on hold, and like that's why it said that it was still there, because they hadn't bought it yet. I don't know. Either way, it was gone when I got there, which was such a bummer, because that's literally why I went to that specific bookstore, because there's other bookstores that are, I mean, not near me, they're like an hour and a half away, but they also didn't have it either. So I'm like, okay, how am I gonna get this book? But it's fine. It's really not that big of a deal, because I'm going to buy that book from Call and Response Books, which is a Black-owned bookstore. And I love supporting that bookstore. They are in Chicago, and they ship so fast. Like if you want to buy from a bookstore that's gonna ship like that, literally buy books from them. I will link them below. Whenever I have books and stuff, I always link whenever I buy, like do a book haul, I always link the books below for you guys to pick up. So yeah, I will link it below if you guys want to shop with them. But yeah, so I have 3 books. I'll show you guys the first one, which obviously you guys know is the one I'm probably most excited about. It's called The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. This is the author who wrote Magnolia Parks. That series is a 5-star series for me. Like, I have never rated a book a 6-star like read, because I was just like, what's the point of rating something 6 stars when like it's a 5-star scale? Like, come on, like 5's enough. I read Into the Dark by that author, and that book literally transcended 5 stars. Like, to me, it was so like, had so much depth and heart, and it was just like so incredible. And I think because it was like later in the series, I really got to fall in love with the characters. All the books are great. They're messy. The characters are real people, or they feel like real people. And that's what I love about her writing. It's like you're getting a snapshot into someone's brain. And this says, I can't remember the last time I couldn't get a handle on myself and my emotions, but the lid is slipping. Something about the slipping lid feels like it's Sam Penny's fault, like he broke the seal and he's slowly opening me up. London-based Georgia Carter, professional lie detector and body language savant, has long been estranged from her infuriating, closed-minded, wealthy South Carolina family. After a falling out years ago, the chasm runs deep between the black sheep, Georgia and her gay alcoholic brother, and their parents and elder siblings. But when their father dies suddenly, Georgia returns to the States for the funeral, where she comes face to face with Sam Penny, her brother's AA sponsor. Amid the tensions, dramas, and revelations of the family reunion, Georgia and Sam are instantly drawn to each other. However, Georgia's brother also harbors feelings for Sam, and the last thing Georgia wants to do is hurt the only family she's ever really had. When their father's will reveals a surprising bequest to a mysterious stranger, Georgia's ability to read people becomes crucial in unraveling her father's hidden past. The delicate balance within the family teeters, and secrets, both old and new, threaten to push them beyond the breaking point. There are only so many cracks a damaged family can take before it shatters. And again, she's an author that I'm absolutely obsessed with, so I feel like this is going to be a really great book. I also think what I'm most excited about with this book is I'm getting introduced to new characters, because this is a standalone. It's her first standalone. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. It is like 450 something pages, which is to be expected because it's written by Jessa Hastings, and every book she writes is so long, but I eat it up. I read them so fast. So I am excited because I actually got this. When you guys are watching this, this will be like, I think April 5th, but this book doesn't come out until the 1st, and I actually am getting it a few days early. So I get to read this on vacation, which feels like a dream. Feels like an actual dream. I also picked up Caught Up, and I got this book because so many of you guys recommended this series. Now, I am someone who, I always feel like if someone is going to write a black character, like, you better do your research. And I feel like I heard so many people share that they didn't really care for how the main character in The Right Move was written, and that he was almost written as if he was like a caricature of a black man. It was either that or Mile High, I can't remember. I think The Right Move, but I can't remember because I genuinely haven't read the book, but I've heard from so many people that I know, trust, love, friends of mine. And so I just was like, I don't want to read a book where I feel like I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm going to give it a review that isn't the best, because I don't like this representation. And with the author being someone who isn't a part of the culture she's writing about, I just was like, I don't want to read it. So kind of stayed away from that book, but so many people have recommended this, and I've just been like, should I pick it up? I don't know. And I think the thing that made me pick this book up was Aaliyah on her channel. She talks often about how she loves this series, and I feel like we have very similar taste. So wanted to pick this up, but I think I'm gonna just start in the middle of the series because it's one of those books, at least from my my perspective, it's one of those books that I feel like I can just pick up and just read, and I don't have to like dive deep into the series to love it. So this one, I'm not gonna read the whole back, but it's about Kai and Miller, and they're in Chicago. He's a single dad. He's a starting pitcher for the baseball team in Chicago. He needs a nanny. All the previous nannies only lasted a few weeks. He ends up getting Miller because Miller is, I think, his coach's daughter. Yes, coach's daughter. He ends up getting her to be the nanny, but I think maybe he's like grumpy. It's kind of giving, at least from the back, it seems like it's kind of like Grumpy Sunshine. I need to go to Books A Million more because I did not realize how many books they have that are like not on the shelves at Barnes. So it just made me really excited to be able to pick this up because you never see this in stores, at least in my area. And I've been to many, many Barnes. But this book right here, I actually was recommended this on my Instagram. I think I saw it on like the Explorer or something. And someone said this was like their top book of 2024, I think. And I looked it up and there's not like a ton of reviews for it. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna just like buy it online. They had it in store. There were 2 copies, and this is called You Between the Lines. She can't stand him, he can't forget her. On the back it says, all's fair in love and poetry when former high school classmates reignite their rivalry in a prestigious MFA program in the steamy Enemies to Lovers debut. And Jessica Joyce, who you guys know I love, she wrote the X-Vows. She wrote the gold standard for book boyfriends on the back of this. It says that another person wrote intoxicating, perfect for Emily Henry fans, and that was by Peyton Corin. It says Leigh Simone loves writing poetry, but she's never quite recovered from this scathing, all style, no substance comment her high school crush made during a writing workshop 10 years ago. Leigh's acceptance into an esteemed master's program is a chance to rebuild her creative confidence. She's intimidated but excited to meet all her talented classmates until the final writer arrives and is none other than her teen crush turned literary nemesis, William Langford. Will is still maddeningly attractive and still completely insufferable. He's not just in Leigh's poetry cohort, he's also working with her at the Writing Center and competing with her for a career making fellowship. Leigh is determined not to engage, but in a group as small as theirs, they can't keep apart for long. With each increasingly personal poem they workshop, Leigh and Will realize there's more on the page than just their past, and what's smothering between the lines may be even more interesting. So that's the last book that I got, but I am so excited that I was able to pick this up because this isn't one that I've seen anywhere. And I think it's one of those books that you have to get either from an indie bookstore, or you have to buy it like online, or the author's website, or something like that. Like you don't really find it in big box stores. So whoever's working at Books A Million, they're doing their big one with that. But yeah, so I got so many books in this video. You guys have seen that I got a bunch of books by Black authors. I also got some new releases, and I got some underhyped releases. So lots of good books in this video, and I hope you guys got some inspiration for things that you could pick up. Comment below what you guys want to see in the book room. That's going to be coming soon. And make sure you guys are following on Instagram and TikTok and my podcast, because I'll be sharing in real time how the trip's going and all the things, and I think that will be fun. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.